Hey guys, it's Kelly, and today we're reacting to scary TikToks you should not watch alone. I've seen other YouTubers do this before. I've watched their videos. It
The
seems
piece
cool to do,
features
so
Olivier covering himself in clay and essentially making a new face for himself. While it is very interesting and compelling, there are also a lot of disturbing elements that goes into Olivier's piece.
What the fuck? Okay. Is that it? I don't know how I feel about this.
Realno efektivnost zbog službenog nagađanja.
Respectful by saying it's stupid, but this is stupid. Fake
Can I show you a
assassination.
scary video?
I mean, that's a series matter.
It's actually terrifying.
That's happened.
It
Like
is
with
going
your
viral
kid.
right now on Twitter with 18 million views. And it even has news articles written about it.
Family
I'm just
videos.
going to show you the
I
video,
like
but
it.
please be advised, it might be triggering for some people.
Okay, the woman. A man on the phone. Okay, woman. She's. Was that like a kidnapping thing? He was trying to kidnap her. That's why the car door was open. Another woman saved her.
So this is what 25 million of you wanted to see. But for those who don't know, I found this locked box in my attic wall. And the key was rattling inside this mirror. Someone didn't want us to find it. But we have.
Have you not seen the possession?
Really strange objects were inside.
The creepy looking box.
Like this.
Probably a Divic box. If you guys don't know, a Divic box is I don't know if you heard the famous Divic box from Zach Bacon's Haunted Museum in Vegas. You know, the whole Post Malone thing that happened with that. But Divic box is pretty much just like box that has a demon trapped inside it. Divic is a type of demon. It has like these weird
Small
objects
pendant
in it.
necklace.
You're not supposed to open it and let the demon out.
What
That's
looks
what
like
it
a
is.
burnt piece from a Ouija board. It's covered in wax.
She's gonna say it looks like a planchette from
A second key. And this lock of hair. Not sure why it was hidden, but if there's a second key, there could be another box. Follow and we'll keep looking.
Do you see all those orbs flying around? Dude's haunted. Dude's haunted now. We've not opened a creepy box. You're haunted.
Attention in the water. This is the Orange County Sheriff's Department. Be advised, State Parks is asking us to make an announcement to let you know you are paddleboarding next to approximately 15 great white sharks. They're advising that you exit the water in a calm manner. The sharks are as close as the surf line.
Mommy, don't go in water.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, actually, don't go in like deep into the water. That's what I meant.
Imagine for a moment the unimaginable happened.
Everyone would be
A
dead.
major city is
The whole city
hit
would
by
be
a
destroyed.
nuclear weapon.
I hate these type of
Now,
things.
no number.
I mean, you know, it is possible for nuclear war, but why I think it wouldn't happen is because what would be the point of that? Like, you throw a nuclear bomb down for what? Then it kills everyone, and then the other person throw a nuclear bomb back at you, just destroy the whole world. And I don't think anyone wants that. So, I mean, it's always possible.
account
Don't
for
get
all
me
the
wrong, but I think the
devastation that would
likelihood of it is really low.
But we can put a number on the deaths. At least we can make an educated guess, based on our understanding of what nuclear blasts do to city structures and people. We'll assume the bomb is detonated in the air, to maximize the radius of impact, as was done in Japan in 1945. But here we'll use an 800 kiloton warhead, a relatively large bomb in today's arsenals, and 100 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Upon detonation, a fireball as hot as the sun would expand to a radius of 800 meters. Those near the blast would be vaporized. And within a 2-kilometer radius, all buildings would likely be destroyed. And we'll assume that virtually no one survives inside this area.
Nuclear bombs are no
Which,
joke.
based on population density,
And then do
would
radiation
start the
from
death
it,
tally
right?
at
Like
120,000
Chernobyl.
people.
Like no one would be able to live there, 'cause, like no one can live in Chernobyl because the radiation is so high. And Chernobyl, the whole Chernobyl thing, if you guys didn't know, one of the reactors blew up in Chernobyl. You guys can look up the whole story, but pretty much there's like Cliff Notes version. A reactor blew up, someone like kind of messed up. Reactor blew up, and like it's all radiation now, so no one can live there. And like people can visit there through a gas mask and have like these radars. So watching these YouTubers, Sam and Kobe, they like did this whole thing on Chernobyl. It was like a couple-part series they did. They visit Chernobyl and stuff. But yes, and no one can live there. And that happened back in, I think, the 80s, they said in the video. When Chernobyl happened. Chernobyl is a place in Ukraine, if you didn't know.
As you move further away from ground zero,
that's kind of the
estimating deaths becomes more complicated. From as far away as 11 kilometers,
scary, I will say.
the radiant heat
Like
from the
I said, I
blast
feel
would be
like the
strong
likelihood
enough to
of that
cause
happening
third-degree burns
is
on
really
exposed
low.
skin. And as you get closer to the blast, the heat becomes so intense that clothing, even skin, would ignite into flames. That said, most people in the city would be indoors or otherwise sheltered from direct exposure. But the very structures that offered this protection would then become a cause of injury, as debris would rip through buildings and rain down on city streets. As a rough estimate, we can assume that half the people between 2 and 11 kilometers from the blast are killed, from burns, debris, smoke, collapsed buildings, and radiation sickness, which translates roughly into an additional 500,000 people. Many of these deaths will occur days, even weeks after the attack. Radiation sickness takes about a week to cause death. And much of the dust and ash produced from the explosion will be dangerously radioactive, especially if it originated near ground zero.
It's kind of like interesting to know about.
And the
but
distance
it
the
is a scary
particles
thought.
travel will depend on the wind and other factors. Now, since this simulation is of an airburst attack, it will produce significantly less radioactive fallout than ground attacks targeting
But
missile
how can we
silos
really
or
know
bunkers.
unless it happens? You know what I mean? I feel like, think about it. Can you really know what could happen unless it actually happens? I mean, I feel like that's the case with a lot of things. Like you could obviously have an idea of what would happen, but, you know, I'm just saying, if you think about it.
So we'll go with a relatively
can you
small
really
number
know
of deaths
unless it actually
outside the 11-kilometer range.
I mean, you can estimate and
If
you
it
know,
were
do
a surface
research and
blast,
stuff, but,
the fallout deaths could surpass all other deaths combined, but it's a very difficult
long is
number
this
to
thing?
predict. In theory, radiation deaths can be reduced if
Just the
people
whole
can
rest of
avoid
the video.
exposure to the fallout, especially during the critical first few days. Fallout shelters were common during the Cold War, but people rarely build shelters today. And schools no longer practice nuclear war drills. We generally talk less about surviving a nuclear attack. And in a way, it's good that we're less afraid of the bomb now that the Cold War is over. When nations are less on edge, the risk of accidents is arguably reduced.
I mean, I guess it's possible, but the likelihood of it, because the radiation.
But nuclear
that would come
weapons
from it,
remain one of the great
along
threats
with
to
killers.
humanity. And today, we're entering a new era in nuclear weapon history. Long-standing nuclear arms treaties are being reassessed, and countries big and small face the prospect of new arms races. in part because technology is emerging that may give one side.
Seems every time I take a drink, I'm reaching out for you. Seems I'm always late night texting, reaching out for.
In part because technology is emerging that may give one side a considerable strategic advantage.
Just the whole rest of the video.
Notably hypersonic weapons. Current nuclear missiles travel around the Earth at high altitudes, making them visible by radar earlier in their flight. Now, some hypersonic vehicles travel close to the Earth, through the atmosphere, at least 5 times the speed of sound, giving defending countries far less time to react. And remember that some of the most perilous moments during the Cold War occurred when countries maneuvered to reduce their opponent's reaction time. And the less time countries have to react, the more likely an accident will occur, or a rash judgment. And then you have smaller nukes that blur the line between conventional and nuclear weapons, providing a more slippery path to nuclear escalation. Now, for ordinary citizens, nuclear weapon policy may seem like a complex, even intimidating topic. But leaders often consider public perceptions when making policy. In many countries, voter opinion is an important factor. Whether you believe nuclear weapons have made the world safer or more dangerous, both sides generally agree that the bomb brings an unparalleled risk, and that there are things we can do to reduce the risk, like minimizing how many countries get the bomb, or scaling back Cold War arsenals, or stabilizing technology races, or pledging to never be the first one to strike. Such ideas have often resulted in signed treaties, some of which have held for decades. Some are at risk of expiring, and some just need a final push to become activated. By being steadfast in these efforts and not walking away from diplomatic achievements, we can continue the work of ensuring that this nightmare simulation never becomes a reality.
So, yeah, let me just turn this off real quick. It is a scary thing. I'm sorry, guys, that the half of the video was just about the nuclear thing. I get it's a serious thing, but you know, I did not look through the video, but
walking away from diplomatic achievements, we can continue the work of ensuring that this nightmare simulation never becomes a reality.
As you can see on the screen, you can kind of just go through and have a little box in the bottom there and kind of skim through a video. I like being able to do that. I think that's a cool feature to have on there. But yeah, if you guys want to see me reacting to more TikToks like this, let me know. I would love to do I would love to do more videos like this. I do like doing reaction videos. Jesse said he should be doing videos within a week or so, so hopefully next week we'll be getting videos from him. And yeah. Ashley did a stream last night. It's probably still up on her channel, so you can check it out. She baked a cake and decorated it. But yeah. Also, I want to show you guys my fit for today. We just have this cute little crop top that says Money Talks. Money Talks. It's really cute. You can see it kind of has like the paint splatter on there. I got this from Track 23. And we just got these shorts here. Just pull them down a little bit. Just to kind of fix them up. But yeah, this is my fit for today. I really like it. It has a little tie. It's just really cute. This is one of my favorite shirts I own, so it's my fit. I'll do a little spin around for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on my socials. Follow Con Insta. Subscribe to Josh. Subscribe to _Juggy. Subscribe to Dan. Subscribe to Jacob. Subscribe to Caleb. Subscribe to Colin. Guys, please subscribe to me. Please like. And please comment. And I'll see you in the next video.